I've been there more than once. You see a cheap 12-inch powered speaker on a sale banner, you think, great, I'll save a few $100. You bring it home, and after a night of gigging you realize the coverage is a mess, the mids get thin, and the whole system feels like it's fighting the room instead of working with it. That kind of buyer's regret is why I spend a little extra time digging before I click Add to Cart. If you're on the fence about stepping up to a proper line array column, the QSC KC12WH might be the answer you didn't know you needed. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The KC12WH isn't just a louder version of a generic floor-standing speaker. It's a purpose-built column that uses a three-way driver layout, meaning you get a dedicated woofer, mid-range, and tweeter all working together inside a single, sleek white cabinet. That design choice matters when you're trying to fill a space that isn't a perfect rectangle. A church nave, a small club, or even a backyard party. The column shape throws sound forward and upward in a way a traditional box can't, giving you a narrower vertical dispersion and a wider horizontal spread. In the field, that translates to less hot spots and fewer dead zones, so the audience hears a more even mix whether they're right up front or a few rows back. I tried setting one up for a local open mic night at a community hall. The hall has a high ceiling and a lot of reflective surfaces, which usually makes low-frequency buildup a nightmare. With the KC12WH, I placed two columns on either side of the stage, angled just a few degrees inward. The result was surprisingly balanced. The vocals stayed clear, the acoustic guitar didn't get lost in a muddy low end, and the audience reported that they didn't have to crane their necks to hear the speakers. It felt like the system was shaping the room rather than the room shaping the system. Now, who should actually consider this speaker? If you're a small to medium venue owner, a house of worship tech manager, a freelance sound engineer who needs a portable solution that still sounds professional, or a serious hobbyist who wants a clean, controlled sound without hauling a full stack of cabinets, the KC12WH fits nicely. Its built-in DSP and self-diagnostic features let you fine-tune the output without a laptop, which is a real time saver when you're doing back-to-back shows. The white finish isn't just a style point. It blends into modern staged core and can double as a subtle lighting accent when you run a soft wash over it. On the flip side, if you're running a large dance floor that needs thunderous sub-bass, or you're looking for a budget-only solution for occasional karaoke, you might want to look elsewhere. The column's low-frequency response, while clean, isn't going to replace a dedicated subwoofer in a club setting. And because it's a single 12-inch driver package, you won't get the same SPL headroom that a 15-inch or 18-inch full-range PA would deliver. In practice, that means you'll have to manage expectations about how loud you can push the system before distortion starts to creep in. One practical strength that's easy to overlook is the system's footprint. At roughly the height of a standard floor monitor, the KC12WH can be stacked on a speaker stand or placed on a sturdy tripod and still stay out of the way of performers. The built-in handles make it a lot easier to load onto a van compared with a traditional box that forces you to juggle heavy corners. During my test, I was able to load two columns, a small mixer, and a couple of microphones into a single-person van without needing a dolly. That kind of portability matters if you're the only tech on a gig. A hidden trade-off shows up when you start using the system for long-haul road trips. The column's enclosure is solid and well-damped, which gives you that smooth coverage, but it also adds a few extra pounds compared with a lightweight composite box. If you're counting every ounce in a tour bus, the extra weight could be a consideration. Additionally, because QSC packs a lot of DSP inside, you'll need to keep the firmware up to date to avoid any quirks. A simple USB update process, but one that can be missed if you're not in the habit of checking for updates. Another practical aspect is the connectivity. The KC12WH offers balanced XLR inputs, an inch jack for instrument-level signals, and a convenient line-out for daisy-chaining additional speakers. I found the XLR input to be rock-solid, with zero hum even when I ran a long cable down a 3-meter drop to the mixing console. The line-out made it trivial to add a subwoofer for that extra low-end punch when I needed it for a weekend festival set. The downside? There's no built-in mixer, so you'll still need an external console if you want to blend multiple sources on the fly. That's not a deal-breaker for most professionals, but it's